Just over 2 years ago, I happened to have literally nowhere to go for the first time in my entire life.
Drugs kill and destroy families.
It was another funeral.
It was Christmas Eve. I don't really remember what year it was.
I had this boyfriend.
I had nowhere to go and, worse, no one to call. At the time, I guess all the people who'd been trying to help me with my addiction pretty much just got fed up with my constant stories that I would change. For the first time in my life, I was forced to call a shelter that I'd never been into before. At the time, I was ashamed. I went to a shelter on Dundas Street. It was a very scary experience.
Many people get rich from selling drugs. I react very strongly when drugs take over someone's life. I listen very quietly to stories of addictions, and I end up feeling a very profound loneliness.
I had already been to at least 15 other funerals from women I had met at Street Haven, but somehow this one sticks out for me. She had cancer. She died in her late 50s. Everyone loved her. But there was no one there to talk about her life before Street Haven. There was only staff at her funeral.
Anyway, I was at the Yonge and King area, panhandling, and it was really cold. And I had no fix. I was also, kind of depressed at the time. Anyway, cars started pulling up to me and handing me, envelopes of cash, clothes, food, sleeping bags, anything really. I must have gotten upwards of $500 that night. But because of my problem, it was all gone by morning. I had sold it all for drugs. I was alone and so cold on what's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year.
To make a long story short, he found me in a crack house, and he took me home in a snowstorm while I was wearing shorts. And when he took me home, he put on the music really loud and asked me if I wanted to be burned, stabbed, or cut my hair off. And I said none. And that pissed him off, so he did all three. And the weird thing is that through all that pain, all I could think about was me without hair. So I told him, if you cut off my hair, I will cut off yours. And then he knew I meant business. So he didn't cut off my hair, but he just started to beat me. Did I mention he was a boxer?
How do I feel today? Joy. Believe it or not, I felt this emotion when I woke up this morning. Nothing special was going to happen, and I knew I was in for a long day, but I had this impending sense that all would be well. The woman and this house definitely have something to do with that. There's this positive vibe in the house right now, and it definitely contributes to the joy I feel in my life today. Wow. Joy.
I am a smart, caring, loving woman, and I've learned to love myself.
What I've learned about keeping strong is having a relationship with God. He gets me through every day. I didn't know before, but now I do. When I need him, I just ask him, and he leads me through every day. For the past 2 years, he's got me through everything. How to eat properly, sleep properly, exercise, laugh. If it wasn't for him, I don't know what I'd be able to do. I wouldn't even be sitting here now.
I want people to know that I did not choose this life. I made the decisions, but the seeds were planted there somehow. And I want people to see me for me, not a criminal or a drug addict or a charity case. I want them to know I have a big heart and I like to share it with people. And I especially want them to know that I'm trying to do better. I'm trying as hard as anyone would to do anything.
What do I like about myself? Well, in order to like something about yourself, you have to like yourself. And I can honestly say I've been doing that a lot more